Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, I'm Council President Gabe Albornoz, and we are now going to receive an update on our state legislative program. We have a number of important bills that we will discuss this morning, or excuse me, this afternoon. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. McCartney-Green to walk us through the packet, who will then turn it over to Ms. Winger. Ms. McCartney-Green.
Thank you, Council President. Good afternoon, Council members. Today for our state legislative discussion, we have a few pending state bills that we'd like to bring to the Council's attention for review and possibly take a position. In your packet for today, you'll see a chart prepared by Council staff that has the bill number, the title, along with Council staff recommendation. In addition, the packet also includes a memo from OIR that provides a more detailed description of each bill. Lastly, there's a chart with a breakdown of local bond initiatives that OIR has provided. Ms. Wigner and her team would be able to discuss at full length. They have been invited along with other staff from the executive to help answer any questions. With that, I'll get started with the packet, and on page 1 or circle 1, House Bill 425, Senate Bill 387, Public Safety Untraceable Firearms. And so what this bill would do is expand the definition of firearm to include receiver or unfinished frame, and it would prohibit purchasing, receiving, selling, offering to sell, or transferring an unfinished frame or receiver without a serial number imprinted by a federally licensed firearms manufacturer or importer. And so this bill is consistent with the County Council's efforts to restrict the use of ghost guns under Council Bill 421, which the Council enacted unanimously in 2021. House Bill 425 is scheduled for a hearing before the House Judiciary Committee on February 9th. Council President, I'll stop there for any questions and for a vote. Council staff recommends support House Bill 425.
Thank you, Ms. McCartney-Green. This is one of those, if I could raise both my hands, I would. And I do want to thank Attorney General Brian Frosch, State Senator Susan Lee, and everybody who has worked on this really important bill, and Delegate Lopez, who's been doing a lot of heavy lifting. We worked closely with all three of their respective offices when the Council introduced its own version of this legislation last year, and seeing that this was going to be a huge problem on the horizon, which of course it has become. So I strongly support this. I'm sure my colleagues do as well. I'll yield to my colleagues to see if they want to make any comments. Hearing none, then I think by acclamation we will support the staff recommendation.
Thank you. And moving on to Health and Human Services, House Bill 517, Senate Bill 460, Consumer Health Access Program for Mental Health and Addiction Care Establishment. Sponsor is Delegate Robin Lewis. And so the bill would establish a state pilot program using a trifecta approach with an incubator entity such as the University of Maryland School of Social Work, and a hubs entity, which can consist of a public university or nonprofit, and the spoke model, which consists of 8 different regions across the state, which will all help to collaborate to help consumers, whether they're uninsured or with a private insurance, to navigate and resolve issues related to health plan enrollment and coverage, consumer access to mental health and substance use disorder service, and enforcement of rights under the mental health parity laws. This program is a 3-year pilot and seeks appropriation from the state to fund it. Staff believes that this is in line with the county's priority with delivering of health equity and making sure that there are resources there available in the health and human services concerning mental health. Council staff recommends to support House Bill 517, Senate Bill 460.
Thank you. I think just this is another really good example of strong leadership from our state delegation. This is also an important bill. This council has been very focused on mental health challenges, and we're seeing the repercussions of that in so many different ways, especially among our vulnerable populations here in the community. So I don't see any comments from colleagues. So by acclamation, we support the staff recommendation for this bill as well.
Thank you, Council President. And so our next bill, also a health and human services priority, House Bill 533, Senate Bill 523, Occupations and Profession Licenses, Certificates and Registration Immigrants. And this was introduced by Delegate Pena Maleka. The bill would prohibit a state occupational or professional license board from denying an occupational or professional license, certificate, or registration to an immigrant if the individual otherwise meets all educational training or professional requirements for license, certification, or registration. Council staff recognize that this is one of the reducing barriers to professional licenses for foreign-born healthcare professionals, especially for mental health care professionals. It's a priority and a significance of the council. And so council staff is continuing to work with OIR to identify opportunities in state legislation and specifically in this bill, how we can further this priority to make sure that there is a voice for culturally and logistically in the area of professional licensing. So council staff recommends to support House Bill 533, Senate Bill 523.
Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Ms. Ledeen. I wanted to make sure that we do whatever we can to elevate this particular bill. I think that, going to testify, perhaps the president or the vice president, but just to share the council's long-standing discussions about this particular challenge, which has absolutely become even worse throughout this experience with the pandemic. I think it would really strengthen the case for this to go through smoothly through the General Assembly if we're able to share some of our own data. And again, just the history around the discussions that have been had specifically in the Health and Human Services Committee for years. So, of course, very supportive of this, but just I think it would really help us if we elevated our support and share some of the reasons why this is so important, not just in Montgomery County, but in so many other jurisdictions across the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Navarro. I could not agree more. And yes, I would be honored and would love to testify in support of this bill. Delegate Binya-Melnick has been doing some heavy lifting, and it does follow in the tradition of, as Councilmember Navarro said, and she's been a true leader on this. She's been beating this drum for a very long time. And so this is critically important, and the ability to be able to do this at the state level will help us locally even better leverage the resources that we have here. So I couldn't agree more. Seeing no other comments from colleagues, then I think by acclamation we will support this council staff recommendation as well.
Thank you. And move on to House Bill 685, Senate Bill 448. This fits under the priority of fiscal health, education, and libraries. Title of the bill is Education, Regional Resource Centers, and Libraries Funding. Delegate Branch is the sponsor. This bill increases per capita state funding for public libraries and regional resource centers in each of the next 5 fiscal years. And so for county libraries, the per capita funding increases from $17.10 per resident in fiscal 2022 to $20 per resident in fiscal year 2027 and each year thereafter. Increased funding for public libraries and regional resource centers supports county priorities, including exclusive access to job information and education. Council staff recommends that the council supports House Bill 685, Senate Bill 448.
Thank you, Ms. McCartney-Green. I'm going to turn it over to our library lead, Councilmember Jawando, and children's book reader-in-chief to talk about his support for this and why this is important. Councilmember Jawando.
Thank you, Council President. I'm sure you've read a book or two in your day as well. But no, I just think Ms. McCartney-Green explained it well. We're in the process of building a new library up in Clarksburg, which is needed. We're continuing to grow. We have a great system, but we want to make sure that we're updated and our libraries have everything they need. So I think this is a really good bill, and we should support it. So I appreciate you kicking it to me, but hope we'll support this. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Navarro.
Thank you. I totally agree with Councilmember Jawando Lee for libraries. I do also want to highlight the inclusion of the regional services centers. So much in line, again, with what this council has been discussing for a number of years in truly creating an ecosystem that is close to the communities as a way to deliver services. And we've seen what, for example, the hubs were able to accomplish thus far in the pandemic. And so strengthening the regional services centers, I think it's another step in the right direction in making sure that we establish permanently a reimagined system of delivery of services. So this is music to my ears. And again, I think that we should definitely make sure that we elevate this to the state in terms of our support and the reasons why.
Well said. So I don't see any other speakers for this, and I think by acclamation, the council supports this as well.
Thank you. Our last bill here is under cybersecurity priority, House Bill 24, Senate Bill 4, Cybersecurity Scholarship Program, alterations in Maryland Cybersecurity Loan Assistance Repayment Program, introduced by Senator Hester. And so this bill expands the existing Cybersecurity Public Service Scholarship Program, and it creates a new Cybersecurity Loan Assistance Repayment Program. In particular, students will be able to fulfill the cybersecurity work requirement of the programs, not only at state agencies, but also at local governments, public high schools or community college. This bill aligns with the county's priority to increase funding for cybersecurity programs. Council staff recommends support for House Bill 24, Senate Bill 4.
Thank you. I don't see any comments from colleagues. I know Dr. Torregas has reviewed this as well. So I think it's without any questions, and I think by acclamation, we will support this staff recommendation as well.
And so, Council President, that completes the state legislative bills for today. I do know that there are some local bond initiatives. I'm not sure if Mel wanted to discuss that a little bit further, or if council members had certain questions, but I'll turn it over to Melanie Wegner.
Yes, thank you, Ladine. We did attach to the back of your packet the listing of local bond initiatives that have been introduced so far. So that listing is current through Thursday. Just by way of where we are in the 2022 session, the Senate bill filing deadline is tonight, and the House is on Friday. So we would assume that this list will, I think, substantially increase in size. Just for anyone who's listening to this that might want to know what a local bond initiative is, the General Assembly sets aside a certain amount of money for community projects by delegation, by county, and then lots of times it's split up amongst the various districts in a county. And that's what these are. They are requests made usually on, by the membership of a district in a county, and they would support state grants for community projects, smaller local projects, projects that nonprofits have in the county, in that district. So that's what you see here. So expect in 2 weeks when we see you again for a much larger list. In fact, maybe we'll send one along after the bill filing deadline on Friday. That'll be a little bit more comprehensive, so you can kind of see what types of investments the state delegation is interested in making in the county. And you're likely aware of many of them that will be on the list.
Thank you, Ms. Winger. Looking at the list, it already has some pretty good geographic diversity, so look forward to seeing the complete list a couple weeks from now.
Sure.
I don't see any questions or comments from my colleagues regarding any of the pending bond bills that will be introduced, going once, going twice. So with that, I think we are, Ms. McCartney-Green, was there anything else that we needed to go over this afternoon?
No, just February 21st, when we usually have our meeting, is President's Day, so we will not have a state lives program, but it is tentatively scheduled for February 28th, the following Monday after.
Perfect. Thank you all very much. We are now going to break, and we have a joint Education and Culture and HHS committee session at 1:30, which means I get to go have some lunch. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.